Alright, what am I doing to make my liver extra tender? That tender touch when I push is not good. It feels better now, but yesterday it felt worse. I had for breakfast a Burger King burger, quarter pounder with cheese, and I made sure no mustard, no ketchup. And let me just say too, I wish I would have thought of it before, but I should have brought this bread with me. Toss out those buns and use my bread. But yesterday I had my fruits, which I got 3 pounds. I got more of it. I had my frozen fruits, the cherries, blueberries, strawberry, and something else. After consuming that, not 3 pounds, I think I only had 1.5 pounds. I still got more to go. My liver got tender, and not so much to it, not even to the touch. It felt like tight after eating. And when I pushed on it, it was extra tender. It's not tender now after eating that burger. And I'm just like, what do I need to balance better? Because when I eat too many burgers, it gets to my heart. I think that seems to be the past problems. And when I eat too many sugary things, and I thought these would be more wholesome, it's like I'm getting maybe a non-alcoholic fatty liver disorder. It's really frustrating, but I can't be having a tender feeling. And I wonder if it is tender, should I be pushing on it more to try to relieve that tender? Because that's how acupuncture works. There's a tender spot, you throw a needle there. They're like, oh, that's what they did when they're feeling my foot, the bottom of my foot. They're like, is that tender? I'm like, yep, okay, this is where the needle goes. And that's interesting. I mean, if I could reach my liver, it doesn't need to be protected, because everything in my rib cage needs to be protected. You're not allowed to push on your heart, your lungs, but you can push on your liver, your stomach, your spleen, your intestines. Why wouldn't our bodies have evolved rib cage for everything? We got a hard skull for our brain. You push on any part of your brain, and that's probably more sensitive. That's what I'm thinking. Why would I have a skull? Why would I have a rib cage if those weren't the more sensitive to pressure types of organs? Whereas everything below the rib cage is pretty open game, and you should be able to push on that to give relief. It needs more mobility. It needs more stretching. You can't really stretch your brain. You can kind of do it when you push the side of your skull a little bit. There's a mild stretch there, I guess. It's not, the skull isn't completely intact. I guess there's like cracks or something, like joints. Those cracks are like joints. You could kind of get a little bit of a stretch, but that's not much. Not like a real stretch. So it's really frustrating to deal with. I mean, I've dealt with the stomach. I've done the stomach stretch and I've gotten relief. That's for hiatal hernia. But is there a hiatal hernia in the liver that's possible? And I suspect that maybe it could be in the gallbladder. Maybe as you could get a hiatal hernia between the stomach and esophagus connection. Maybe you have like a hernia in the gallbladder area that maybe you could relieve with some light pressure. You don't want to strike it. I've learned the hard way. Striking, like hitting, punching, is not good. That's what's caused my appendicitis. My early appendicitis is tight and stuff after that. That was dumb. But I'm thinking light pushing in some way. Maybe you can't really push on your heart. I can throw a magnet over there and give some relief. That's about it. And I have a magnet over the liver area. I'm going to focus a magnet over that area now. So I can't be having this tenderness. It's just awful. I mean, it's a little restricting in movement to have that. But what is it? Is it too much sugar in my diet? Is it a non-alcoholic fatty liver? Am I stressing out the gallbladder is pretty much in bad shape. How do I maintain it more more peppermint? Do I need to increase my peppermint? When I consume peppermint and even green tea, it's like I get a slight upset stomach, and I can relieve that upset stomach with milk. How else do you relieve upset stomach from teas other than milk? I had catnip, and that was relieved by milk. It just gave me a sore stomach too.